Hi, and welcome to another session, well, evening-ish session of Elite Dangerous. Hopefully this is going to stream okay without cutting out and crashing. I need to reset the
frameshift drive charging.
In the computer after.
4, 3,
I don't really know why. I had a
1.
overfilling C drive, and I think the operating system got a little bit lost. So I took the opportunity to reinstall stuff again, and I was going to try and fit the M module. Turns out the one I got was the wrong one, so I'm waiting for a new one to come so that I can get ready for Windows 11. And I had a wee bit of fun trying to set up to get a stable stream, so I'm hoping that we're there now. So. And we're back in Elite Dangerous after the weekly reset, and we're going to do a little bit of hauling, maybe a little bit of power play. I've had to reset all my keybinds because all of that stuff was lost, although the game was still on one of my drives, so I'm very confused where the key bindings are actually saved, because I need to make a backup of them so that if I crash again, I don't need to learn to fly all over again, because that was really strange. It's like riding a bike that's not your own.
Orbital flight engaged.
Sorry for maybe the oversimpled euphemism there, but so we're picking up some steel because we're going to go and do some support for a couple of my own bases, and I'll go and pop over to one of my pals that's building a Coriolis and see what kind of state it's in, and see what kind of state the system's in, because he did kind of a lot of building since his initial station got built, and we'll see if we can give him some materials, and we'll have a look at a power play status, because that's always fun, and we'll see what we can do, because I think we can do some of that here. So that's an excuse to go and do a bit of fighting. I'm not sure if this system has got any hazardous zones. I haven't actually done. And I know that I've got something to do in that system right next door, which is convenient. Anyway, for now we're going to get steel and I think titanium and some aluminium. That's what we need. I had to go back to bits of paper because most of my notes I was writing down, I forgot to save on one of my non-operating system drives. So unless I'm getting lucky and find some hidden away somewhere I never realised I'd lost that in the notes, so I need to reinvent the wheel there.
Maya, Charlie, Oscar, Sierra, Federal Flight Control welcomes you. Submit a docking request before approaching the port.
I don't really want to do that on the stream. I just want to fly a little and
Pads 0-9er.
hopefully it records
Clear for
okay.
automated approach vectoring.
And I suppose the big news was yesterday Frontier had the unlocked. I never caught all of it for kind of obvious reasons because I was rebuilding which was a pity because I was looking forward to seeing it. Although it turns out the reason I was looking forward to seeing it was ill-founded because they never really spoke about the Panther Clipper. However, they did promise that the next stream at the end of June there would be. So it looks sort of like when they mention us getting the Vanguard and the Panther Clipper patch,
Landing successful.
it's going to
Thrusters
be
offline. Deploying ground surfaces.
at the end of the month, if not the start of July. So they're going to take another month developing this thing, so and that's fine. Because they did give a thorough breakdown of what Vanguards is kind of all about, which looked kind of intriguing for what I've seen. I did just skim over it, and as I find more links online, other people talking about it, I'll hear them at the bottom of the stream. But, essentially, we're getting a kind of guild type system. So there's going to be little points in the game for group activities to be created. I don't think control's the right term. It looks like it's going to be done through self-interest of each other and stuff, so that's kind of good. And there's obviously the bank and some stuff, and the ability for the guild to store ships, albeit they're not engineered. So I wonder if that could get people modules they don't have. Hey Sam, how you doing, mate? That's funny. I was thinking about you guys the other day and noted some of your comments on Discord about Vanguards. Please share your thoughts, mate, because they would be welcomed. I was cruising over Witchhead Nebula maybe a fortnight ago, and there's a lot of non-human signals over there. So there's definitely some Thargoid activity, I would think, in that region of space. I've been fine, just other than the PC deciding to throw a little wobble and forcing me to do some of the installation shit again. It's the same old really. This is my first stream back. So what do we want to get here? Why are we here? That's the question. I want to get some support done on another one of my systems. Which are coming along quite nicely, thank you very much. Yeah, that's why we want to go there. The Witchhead is. I wonder what else is there. So, my colonies are the ones that are established are these four. And a couple of these are on the road to Witchhead, and this one here is the closest, or the one that's closest to Witchhead on the road we're making. Is a space road the right term? I don't know if it is or not. But for now we're actually doing a bit of work here. because we want to get some stuff for these stations to finish the build. That means we're needing 108 aluminium, 100, well, what's that, 1484 steel, and 1574 titanium, and that wee bit, that'll be finished. And then, is that one? And then the other one we're building is this one here. That's 900 aluminium, 120 insulating membranes. They're fun. You never can get enough of them. Locks, we need 449. 2000 steel. And 1700 titanium. Went back to writing and bits of paper and pen because I've not figured out or remembered much about Power Cell at the moment. So that's the system we're going to look. We're going to try and finish these two bases today. I'm using it for new systems, but I'm not really using it for the ones that I've already started because there's little point, and I kind of understand how it works now, if that makes any sense. But yeah, and it's a really good resource for knowing what kind of bases you're probably going to go for, depending on what the stars and stuff are. So, I don't know if there's been an update in it. I think it was the last one I've got in the Google Drives was version 3 maybe or something like that. So, but yeah, it's a pretty good link. I'll link it in the description for anybody else. Although I don't know if it gives you the exact numbers, but it certainly. Yeah, so that for new systems, that's definitely the way to go. Then you can get a kind of pre-build list of materials you need and try and stock up as many as you can. But here's the thing, and this is what's interesting about Vanguards. You can't get enough materials on a fleet carrier for building, more than one base maybe. Definitely no for a Coriolis or an Orbis or anything like that. Now, whether the capacity on the new carrier that's coming, the Stronghold carrier, changes that, it'll be interesting to see. So, hopefully, group building events will be easier. Yeah, so the squadron ones double with so there's still a place for the original fleet carriers, but that extra capacity will be, which can be controlled by the admin of the squadron fleet carrier, will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they're deployed. So your group of guys will, you guys will really make good use of that because you all know what you want, and that'll be kind of interesting to see. And I think the bulletin board system the fleet carriers, the squadron carriers, going to have, and it's kind of like what they should have done with fleet carriers, would have been detrimental to the original fleet carriers. I think it's got a lot of the functions for multiplayer control they maybe hadn't figured out back when they brought fleet carriers out. But for us as players, it's a kind of win-win because we've got the original fleet carriers and we're now getting the squadron carriers, which is a bonus. I always said it would be nice if we could get a ship that had the two fleet carriers smashed together, and I've kind of done that. In a way, they've kind of done that. So, so that'll be interesting when that comes. There will be maddies out there who are going to be single squadron owners. you can't cater for what people are going to do in the game, so. Well, the fact that they've given you the ability to make your own decals and put them on everything will be quite interesting. And if you can do that with other ships as well, that would be nice. And the ship sharing thing, albeit not having any engineering, is kind of interesting. The one about Guardian stuff you can put on them, and so it could give somebody a lift up that's maybe no got a lot of credits. But let's be honest, most of the guys that you play with and most of the guys I play with, we've all got decent amounts of in-game cash now. So that's no the reason for squadrons, at least for us. But it would be good if, you know, a new player appeared and you were able to support them and get them up to speed pretty quick. So I need... Nah, it's not an issue for anybody that plays the game. I completely 100% agree with that. But that's because you play the game, so if you don't play the game much, I guess cash would be an issue. I wonder how the squadron, if there's going to be an upkeep for the squadron carrier, how it's going to work. So, yeah, there's lots of things to see. And what I've seen, for what little of the that I watched on the Frontier Unlocked was interesting enough. I'm just no upset. That's too severe a statement. I'm surprised they never took some time to give us a little more bit of detail on the Panther Clipper. So. Because I can't see that ship no been ready to smash the bottle of wine on and launch, you know what I mean? Anybody who did as much Stargoid hunting as you guys did is probably the same. I know folk have got similar figures to that who were there for every Titan, and I mean, I don't have that much money, but I'm no skint, that's for sure. Mine's just kind of spread across 2 characters. Well, here's the thing, that content, that Thargoid content, I think anybody who participated in it, and any of us who got the 8 Thargoid hunting decals absolutely loved, so it's out there somewhere in the game. We've just got to go find it. And there's a mad search going on round about California Nebula and Witchhead and all these places to look for it, so there is Titans out there, definitely. There will be much fuss when we find them, that'll be for sure. So basically I need to get steel, because I do not think I've got any. I've still got a bond for the last fight, good grief. I thought you were going to hand all of them in. So all of these little marks, right, all of these little markers here for the new build I'm doing. So it's good that that's there, but I wish there was a way you could have that for everything you're building and concentrate on the one you want to get.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Quite enjoyed the intricacies of the colonisation, albeit there's been a bit of they've had a bit of messing about with the code and stuff, and I'm really looking forward to see what the background sim does with the new system we've made. I think it's beginning to start to interfere with the early bases on the trails.
Ship released. Climb to exit altitude.
Taking damage.
Evening Andy, 070 mate, how are you? I hope you're well. honest to God, this is like flying again, learning to fly again. All over the place. Right, I don't need anything apart from these. Stay safe, Commander. That's the general idea.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
My voice is low compared to the game sound. Okay. Tiny bit louder. Right, okay, hang on. I like tiny bit louder. Is that better? Is that any better? Okay, thank you. I'm still... So, every single setting I had, I lost an OBS. Which is fairly irritating, really. And I was trying to set the stream up yesterday, and I couldn't get a... I don't know if it was the internet wasn't stable, but it was something definitely off, so... It had an overfilled D drive, so my solid state drive went into a state of can't cope with this anymore, I'm quitting. And that was after I had a monumentally long stream I had, so... It's the joys of computing, mate. It's the joys of computing. The difference between computing now and our modern day and back in the day when all this first started was that there's so much bells and whistles added in. Although, to be fair, the kind of cloud stuff did its job. It helped me resettle and reinstall the system pretty quick. And I found out some things that I had got wrong. Looks like I bought the wrong module for the TPM. So Andy was giving me a little bit of help to make sure the next one I buy was the right one. That's due sometime early June. Yeah, it's the security thing, so... Which is just another load of Big Brother watching, really. But unfortunately, you're going to need to have it. The modern motherboards have it out of the box, so any PC that's bought now is probably going to have this inbuilt. So it doesn't sit right with me, the tracking side of this, but the fact that it's going to guarantee a reliable source for stuff is probably worth it. I'm no needing to. I'm not needing to look at a new... Well, that's not strictly true. I'd like to get a new motherboard and a new CPU, but I can't afford it at the minute. But yeah, when you look at the problems people are having with the newer boards and with some of the newer GPUs as well, so they're avoiding the 13th and 14th iterations of the Intel CPUs is easy. You just go down the AMD road. That's simple. And to be honest with you, the price difference is probably going to force people to do that anyway. And I've not had any. I was thoroughly an Intel man for a long time, but I've not had any issues with this board and this CPU. In fact, I've been really lucky with this CPU. It's streets ahead of what was around at the time it was made, so it's kept going for a long time for me. And my GPU is relatively old, but it's really stable, so yeah. I think when the time comes for me getting a new CPU, there'll be a lot of discussions going on with Andy and myself just to make sure I get one that's going to last me a while, because I'm really getting good value for this one. That's exactly what I did, Sam. I added the solid state drive. I had to reformat there, and the GPUs, a couple of different GPUs over the time, and they've really, I think the best thing I added though was the was it NVMe drive. That's brilliant. That's been a really good addition. So. Okay. Yeah, they're great for games, so, and it saved me a lot of hassle because none of that data was destroyed, so that was good. It just surprised me when I got Steam working again, and then I got Elite Dangerous working again. None of my keybounds were remembered, so they must be stored somewhere on the C stuff. Because the Steam version I had was stored on the D drive, so that was surprised me. I know that the Elite Dangerous log files are stored on the C drive, so I guess that must be the same. Oh, so much log files I lost. Oh. I don't know how many years of journeying that was. Anyway, they're gone now, so. Yeah. That's yeah, same place to put the pictures. It's kind of weird. Okay, so we're needing 20 steel. Oh yeah, I think Squadron looks intriguing. Quite an intriguing thing for people who play a lot as a group. Don't know if it's going to have much for the solo player, and I don't know how much support it's going to be for somebody who's in a squadron who's off in far space. But we'll find out, because I know different people who are in their positions. Download stuff to... Oh right, I didn't know that. I think the only times I'll have linked to that when I was using the material helper. And I've not actually installed any of them add-ons yet. I was concentrating on getting other stuff working first.
drive charging.
Was also concentrating on making sure my
3,
Amazon Prime movies were working again. And they are. Hey, a space pilot's got to have something else to do other than transfer materials and space pilot, you know. Fire me the link in Discord, please, Sam. Would be appreciated, Sam. Ooh. Can't stress to you how weird it feels flying. All it is a change of binds in a file, and it makes a huge difference to the feel. How can that be? Really? I suppose it's a testament to the game that it's that I'm I feel as if I'm drifting all over the place here. I'm scared to get in combat, but I do have some combat I need to do, so that'll be a laugh. I think it's going to be a time of uncontrolled chaos, me in combat. So what I'm finding is that my material, my weekly costs for doing stuff, right, basically comes down to this boy here. So I'm about 11, nearly 12 million there on the use of the fleet carrier. Which is fine. My bases. So I read what you said earlier on about stopping all construction efforts until everything was 100% understood about the base building. I never adopted that philosophy myself. I just kept building because my initial systems were really trial and error. So I didn't see any point in getting too upset if I made a mistake. If I made a mistake, then so be it. And I had made some mistakes in the early systems, no understanding the intricacies of what type of planet it was in orbit and stuff. But I don't regret doing that because by and large, most of my instincts have been pretty right. The only thing I've maybe been wrong was the buffs you get, you know, the buffs for pristine bodies and things like that. So, but most of that information is stored in the codex. There's two ways to find it. Let me go get some more steel on board and I'll show you. I've only found this one of these ways to be doable if you're the system architect though, so.
Charlie, Oscar, Sierra, the Federation welcomes you. Follow port protocols and enjoy your visit, Commander.
So you're right. The best way to do the fleet carrier thing is for colonies to give you enough income that it covers the cost. But that takes a lot of building, which is what we're going to do anyway. So that's fine. So.
Landing permission granted. You are clear for approach to pad 1-1.
So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm using power play to take a fair chunk of that. Weekly power play leaderboard. So I got 10 million for what I did last week, and I wasn't grinding it really. You know, I did a few days of it and kept myself mid board. So If they made the 50 million, that would have been better, but PC crashes and reinstalling software didn't help, you know.
Landing gear deployed.
My colonies, oh, so at the moment, I've really only worked in one. I can't get these people happy. So the game's pretty accurate compared to real life, because I can't get folk happy in real life either.
Landing successful. Ship secured.
One system I've got a lot in. Yeah, I think you need a big station for that. So I'm working to build the big ground station on the Arterius, or area to sector NTQ-B53. That's my kind of primary system. That's where I am now. It's been giving me good materials and good returns. And the GWL one, Open GWL, sounds like some kind of software now. I'm using the NTQ version of the software, and I'm also adding the GWL into it. None of these people are happy. I'm trying to get the money up in it, so I don't know if anybody's got a base providing $1 million though. I'd imagine somebody has, but I'm kind of closing in on it across the four of them. But it's a lot of building, Sam, you know, it's a lot of building. And I'll add stuff. I'll add stuff to this system with great thought sometimes just to see what happens, because it's the first one I built, and so this system has got, kind of tend to use the architect map all the time now. So this system has not populated. I don't know if you can populate all this stuff. I guess you can, but so I'm wanting to build a space station here, an outpost here, so that it gets strong links for these two things. And at the moment on this system, I'm building Davy Jones's beacon. Oh, arr. I'm building this, but I'm going to wait until I've got all this material and then just go and drop it all at the one go. I'm trying to make the B-Star a criminal hive. But what I noticed was I used to have a pirate faction or a anarchy faction in amongst the factions. They're not here anymore. So I don't know what happened there, if they've been affected elsewhere or they've lost here. So yeah, they probably were. So so I'll have a look at Nara, and hopefully they've got records on it, because I'd like to get them back, or get some other anarchy people back, because it's upset my plans. I was hoping to try and make some of these bases anarchy bases for the pew-pewing of, but the game's a done. I've got ideas, so I'm going to end up planting a large spaceport here, which I know is quite far away, but what the hell. And obviously some ground stuff in all these planets to make this a kind of wee, what did they call the pew pew desk in the stations, frontline combat things. That's what the B-Star's going to be for. Oh, it's easy with a scroll. It's easy with a scroll, but it's far enough away that it'll keep the how can I put this? The less dedicated it was. So 140 light seconds is something I wouldn't even look at now. I would just go. It's the SCO drive has changed the whole face of the game more than any of us could have predicted. But this build's coming well, I think, and I'll get that active construction. But I need to focus, because I just keep coming back to this system and building things, and these ones are finished. I've no So that one is actually that thing, and that one's that thing. So they need to go away. So these things here were just early drops, and never really realised maybe it'd have been better putting a base there. But it's only getting me tokens, you know. Yeah, I think to get the system up, but it reaches a point where you get a big jump. You go for maybe 230k to 500, and then after that you kind of get stuck in little jumps. So I'm moving on to that other system to see if I can break it into the next bracket of weekly pay. Weekly architect. I'm an architect. Not only am I a space pilot, and another thing for my my virtual CV, I'm a space pilot and I'm an architect. Who'd have thought? An explorer. So debonair and a pirate. Arr. Hey, did I get steel and did I forget? I did, I forgot. Right, let's get the steel. Oh yeah, I don't disagree that the spreadsheets is definitely the way to go. I just get so caught up in the moment at times. It's just who I am, mate, you know. And for these early systems, they started off on a wing and a prayer, so they're going to end that way, by hook or by crook.
Cargo hold.
I've delivered so much goods to my own systems and to other systems that what will be will be. I'm obviously the wealth stat you get for pirate bases and stuff, it's really weird. So to become wealthy you need to be criminal. And that's a sad reflection of a life. It just feels funny flying this ship now. I've been playing Elite Dangerous for 10 years and a new bind, and I feel like I've got a new bike. Oh, see, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get an anarchy faction in control. And I think this one's just too close to occupied territories that it's not going to happen. But I've got other ones further out. And I've got some beauties on ecstasy, so... got a really good system. So I was, I seen a rebuild of systems. Oh, I think this guy was going to California now. So I plopped a base down, and I went and was filling the carrier up with stuff, and then real life decided to intercede. So a little bit of real life interdiction. And when I got back in the game and went back to the system, the guy had somebody else had finished it. So it's really interesting, the build mechanic that they've got for colonisation, that anybody can and sure, you're helping another player, but you're also making a bundle load of money doing it as well. So I was kind of dubious about the mechanic at first, but after that I can see the kind of wisdom in it. So since then, I don't mind helping anybody if I've got the time. It's kind of hard when you're trying to do, you know, stuff yourself right enough. Oh, it is absolutely brilliant for traders and stuff. Look at my trade rank here. Oh, don't crash. Honestly, this feels weird. Right, trade rank. it's getting close to a big milestone here, guys. Elite 4 and well into 90%. I don't know, we might see this. When I start selling this stuff off, we might see this. Yeah, I think so. I've never hit Elite 5 on any of Ecstasy's ranks, and he's elite in them all. He's never... I never expected Cosmic Drifter to be in front of Ecstasy for anything, any rank, but trading, yeah, just seems to work. It goes back to the early days of Fleet Carrier. I did a lot of community gold trading with the Fleet Carrier, which made us a fortune. He was too busy talking and scratching my nose to notice I had to come out. Hey bother, Sam, it's nice to see you, mate. Take it easy, pass on my best to the family. Thanks for the luck. I thought I might have got Elite 5 rank the last time, but I run out of steam, literally. Speaking of steam.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh. Get the wee cooling fan on, because it's what? Hundred, what's that? So that's one base met, so another 2,000 to get. Oh. Come on, the Panther Clipper. Keep moving them goods. Yeah, so long. Yeah, looking forward to the Panther Clipper. It'll make this a little bit more easier, I would think. An unfortunate orbit we've got here. We're probably in the ideal position in the real world because we could slow down and reach that other planet on the surface in the good old-fashioned way. You literally want to just totally break physics and drop down on top of it in Elite. Another impossible orbit. Oh. Uh-oh. I went too far.
Orbital flight engaged.
But the only thing I kind of would be looking forward to in Squadron Land would be making my own decal, because I noticed there was a pirate skull amongst them. I would seriously like that on my end carrier, that'd be cool. Federation welcomes you. See, this is a Federation system, this. What? There is an independent code here as well.
Landing permission denied. Resubmit within range.
I'm in range. Oh.
Landing authorized. Clear to land on pad 0.
I thought I was in range.
Clear for automated approach vectoring.
Cleared for automated approach vectoring. What does that even mean? To get the voice actors to say these things and don't crack up.
Landing gear deployed.
In the daytime, excuse me, oh, which is nice. Wonder where the garages are for this bit. Block C, what am I? 09. Getting distracted, sorry. Oh, there's Commander Sliggs on. There's somebody's base I'm going to look at later. Oh. Right, we need fuel.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
So, ordinarily I'd like to try and get the carrier loaded up off stream. But unfortunately, I never had a real choice to do that this time because of computer woes. Especially after the last stream where the whole ugly side of calling was demonstrated for the Sole purpose of pointing out that we need a big cargo capacity on a Panther Clipper, in case anybody's in any doubt. Don't be. The bigger the better. Anything less than the Mark 1 be a good move.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship released. Cleared to leave controlled airspace.
Yeah, it's quite a nice skyline there. I feel like we're in a dodger meter, honestly.
Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Frame shift driver in orbit is a lot of fun though. It's mad, but it is a hell of a lot of fun.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Oh, I've did it again. Look, I'm too far away. Too far away for the planet I am, my goodness. Yeah. Feel as if I'm drifting all over the place here. There's definitely some setting I don't have, and I don't know what it is. It's probably the auto zeroing out of the flight control. I'm going to try and learn to live with it because it's more fun to fly. Got more, even more drift now.
Follow standard flight protocols around this carrier.
We got more drift.
Docking request accepted. Proceed to your designated flight command. Request accepted.
Landing gear deployed.
Docking accomplished. Clamp engaged. Your ship has docked, Commander.
Clamp engaged, the ship is docked. Happy days. More steel required. Unload it, I did. Go.
Release. Ship departure confirmed.
Glad.
Frameshift
I'm
drive
glad
charging.
I never had a crash when I was fighting the Titans. That would have been
4,
that would have been too much to cope with, I think.
1, engage. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
This is just not how you fall into orbit. Ah.
Orbital flight engaged.
I don't think we were coming in steep enough there, so bit more steeper.
Maya, Charlie, Oscar, Sierra. Federal Flight Control welcomes you. Submit a docking request before approaching the port. Request approved. Proceed to landing pad 1-2. Automated docking assist is now in progress.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing successful. Ship secured.
GeForce skill.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Evening Blogtwat, how you doing, man? I hope work's treating you well. I had to reinstall my operating system, my friend, so that was fun. And this is my kind of first stream back since the great reinstall. Iteration 2, Cosmic Drifter, so to speak. And I thought I'd pick up some steel just by way of something different to do, you know. How are you getting on?
Climb to exit altitude.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I'm guessing everybody's coming on now because I've just had their dinner. And you're sitting there, big fat bellies, rubbing your tummies, contented. All's good in the world. And that is good. A good feed is a good thing. So there's proper space people who are looking at this game and going, no, 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 no. This is not how you come out of orbit. When we're landing. And the same people are probably saying, well, okay, you'll give you a pass mark going into orbit, but oh, don't drift. So the flight profile getting into orbit is probably kind of like that. You take off up, and then you kind of bank and roll, and then you fire your orbital rockets, and then you jettison the extra ones. And you've got one thing that will stabilise your orbit in a nice ellipse that's not going to crash back into the planet on the other side. Kind of like that. But getting to the surface is nothing like that. Although in Elite Dangerous it is. The orbital purist in us. It's never bothered me before, but I've got trouble reconciling it tonight for some reason. Maybe because I've got the change of mind and I'm feeling every wrong step I take is just seems amplified beyond belief. But it's been fun. Rebinding everything's like learning to fly again. And I'd try and do a bit of combat, that'll be a laugh. But I'll probably no know if it's New Year or New York, really.
Docking successful. Ship is secure.
What's that? 3168 steel. So we need, what do we need? We're short of what? $595 we need. Right. Let's go get it, and we'll start on titanium. In fact, let's go and get some aluminium, because I know that I've got some already. And I know that I've got some bauxite as well. Let's take that down. We need a we need a fast unload button here, please, Mr. Frontier Designer. Maybe 2 arrows next to that single arrow. Get rid of as much as I can. The get rid of much as you can button. Or do it in steps of 100 button, maybe. Especially with the big load that you're going to give us in the Panther Clipper. That sounded way better in my head than I said it. Aluminium. Oh, maybe I don't have any. Oh, there we go. 756 aluminium. We need... Oh, we need 1,008, so... Okay. Let's get the bauxite on first. What did I say I had aluminium again? 756. 252. Ooh. So we probably don't need to get any more of that. That'll do us. So we'll get we'll get that, and we'll go get titanium for the station. That will save us a run of aluminium.
Hull integrity compromised.
Well, what did I do there? Did I hit the ship?
Landing gear retracted.
Flat bang in the middle of the planet, look. Definitely a bad orbit. A bad orbit.
Drive charging.
Let's hope for a better one at the other side when it comes to unloading.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
How's your systems coming on yourself, Blog Talk? Did you get any nice stuff? behind me now. Oh, I misjudged this again, didn't I? Oh, of course, it's on the ground. What am I thinking about? See, I'm thinking I'm going to space. I was going to the ground. Finish your spacebar and extraction settlement. You got the big port. Oh, the big port's going to take a group effort, I think. See, I've got one base to finish, and I'll be ready to build my big port. But if you're doing yours, then I think I'll maybe I'll maybe hold back to that one's finished. I think Sliggs is midway through building a Coriolis as well. I'll show you that in the stream because I'm going to go and see what he's needing there. Ah, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that one on your own. I've got one of them to build as well, but we'll get that together. A little bit of preemptive gathering, I think, is in order for that. I'm curious when you build a big spaceport if the system happiness goes up any. It'd be the equivalent of building a disco in the 80s. Everybody would have been cock a hoop, you know. You remember discos, don't you, old fella? Disco. That defined a generation, didn't it?
Landing permission granted. Clear to land on pad 10. Clear for automated approach vectoring.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing complete. Ship secured.
Aye, that song's in my head now, you get, so it is. God. That was the generation before me, man. I was a punk generation, that was me. He came after all that. That's not the one I want. I don't want to go there now. I want to go here first. To the refinery contact, the new thing the game has. I think we've probably got enough aluminium. This is a good thing. I like this. I wonder if we'll get any more advanced versions of refinery as the game progresses. That might be too similar to something else, so. Right, so we're going to titanium. Granville.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
And then we'll see how much of that we've got, because I don't know if we're empty at in the carrier as well. Probably after our last great 8-hour delivery run. Oh, goodness. Emptied the coffers a tad. Did you watch the oh, the CG's got a week to go, mate. I've not done any deliveries for that yet, but according to my transaction tab, we're sitting there, tier 4, a cool 180 million coming in, and I need to go and get some more, see if I can get up on our level. So tier 5 have got to deliver everything they've delivered so far again. I've not did a lot in bonds. In bonds, units collected, I think I was delivering something. So that's got another wee while to go yet, mate. Not done yet. Not done yet, babe. Can I get used to this shit? Honest to God, it's like.
Cannot comply.
Oh.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
There was something in Galnet.
Warning. Frameshift operating beyond safety limits.
A new thing, what, miles away. Easy money. Make some easy money on the all. You can't call it a peasant account. That's no proper, dude. I do that. I get your sentiment though. Make some money for the downtrodden. So the rich can tax it all, take it off them again. The bastards. Get it. I never mentioned the community goal on my introduction, but I could do some. We've crashed. Oh dear. We've had a crash. A mauve-adder. Oh dear. They have to try and load the game in again, so we'll take this opportunity to go for coffee, I think. We're going for coffee, guys. And I'll get the game started again. I'll be back. Okay, we're coming back and we're going into. We're lined up for our space station. Let's get the game up again. Yeah, what was that, a mauve-adder? Yeah, I've not had one of them in a stream for a while. You renamed your Coriolis Nutter's Pride.
Communications are open if you require docking
It
access.
seems fitting.
Docking request accepted. You are welcome to approach, Commander.
Tonight's jelly sweetie of choice is a fruit gum. That's what we've got tonight.
Landing gear deployed.
What the hell happened there? What in the name of the wee man happened there? Where's my carrier going? What happened? I was coming into landing.
Cargo scoop retracted.
I ain't never seen that before.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Did you see that? Did I see that wrong? What the hell happened there? It's running away from me, look. Oh. What's going on?
Frameshift drive charging.
Hey, what's happening?
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Flight assist off.
What's happening? What's occurring? This is the gods of orbital mechanics having a fucking laugh at my expense. This is. Where's the planet gone? What's happening?
Flight assist on. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, go. Come on, come on, come on, come on!
Welcome, commanders. Adherence to the speed limit is appreciated. Docking request accepted. Maintain an appropriate speed during approach. Request accepted.
Hull integrity compromised.
It's gone nuts! What are you doing, Mr. Carrier?
Deployed.
That was fun. What was all that about? What the hell happened there?
Welcome, commander.
I'm just in a normal orbit, so what's going on? Mauve-adders, they've done something to the game. Let's have some with this guy. Oh, all hell's breaking off out there. It was fun. Last time I seen something like that was we were in a weird barycentric orbit, but I've never seen it like that before. I think that'll most definitely be a clip. Okay. So we were delivering some titanium and aluminium, weren't we? And we should have enough aluminium now, which is good. Titanium, we need 1700 and oh, we've got a wee bit extra steel, so okay. 1700 and 1484. So that's. Let's not worry about it till we get closer to it. Let's see if we get any more fun orbital shit then, eh? That was cool. I have no idea why the carrier did that. It's good.
Shift departure confirmed.
Planet's still there, so we have weird orbiting and a weird orbital thing occurring.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
It would be wicked if you could record your flight and then go in later on and have a look at it and do some camera work then.
Orbital flight engaged.
Vectoring for approach.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown. Ship is locked down.
Right, we need titanium. I wonder if the mixture of titanium and aluminium some kind of weird effect on the orbit. Alternatively, it might have just been a bug.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Yeah, no weirdness. That was funny.
Welcome, Commander.
Peculiar.
Communications are open if you require docking access. Docking request accepted. Proceed to your designated path, Commander. Request accepted.
Yeah, that was better. Wasn't damaging anything there.
Landing gear deployed.
Wasn't as much fun though.
Docking successful. Engines shutting down. Welcome to this carrier, Commander.
Ay, 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 ay. We go back. We get more.
Ship released. Ship
Landing
departure
gear
confirmed.
retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Gravity well.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating. Not safety
This ship's got a mind of its own, honest to God.
orbital flight engaged.
I don't think that's steep enough. Following port protocol.
Docking assist enabled. Approach is clear.
autopilot went a bit mental there, I think. But better safe than sorry, Otto. Better safe than sorry.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown. Engines disengaged.
Oh god, we've got to get more capacity hands. And soon. Wonder why they never spoke about the Panther Clipper.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Maybe they didn't want to take away for the Vanguard's announcement moment, I guess.
Landing gear
Landing
retracted.
doubly disengaged. Clear to leave controlled airspace.
Yeah, I never watched it either because I was too busy installing stuff, but I caught some of the comments, and Burr had a kind of breakdown video of it, which was pretty good. So I did watch that.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Welcome, Con. Thanks
landing gear deployed.
Well, we've not had the runaway carrier again since, so. Hi there, David Tyrrell. Nice to see you, mate. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, if you're in a squadron, it'll be something new, I think. Yeah. Hopefully, help organise the squadron stuff better. And obviously, there's the big squadron fleet carrier, double the capacity of the players' fleet carrier. So looking interesting. I missed a lot of the unlocked stuff though. I'll have to catch up with it. Yeah. Did you like what you heard, or did you have any worries? Was the fact they never told us anything about the Panther Clipper as annoying to you as it was to me? All hell's breaking loose outside the carrier again. Yeah, massive group carriers. 50,000 tons of stuff is a lot. It's obviously to drive the colonial push as a team effort. I think that'll kind of make sense when you think about it. It's such a good ship to fill up, especially if some of the guys have got their own fleet carriers as well. If only the NPCs would help us fill them up, though. That would be that would be good. Maybe miscounted my steel here. Yeah, the shared ships is interesting. That'll help a new player catch up, maybe. At least give them a fly or something. I wonder if it'll all be borrowed though. There'll be some kind of, it'll be like a hired car on it. You have to give it back sometime. What I noticed and what I seen was there was the ability to make your own ship's logo, and there's a pirate skull in it. So that was good. Still don't know. Colonising up to a rift. Ooh. Are you going to the Formantine Rift, are you? Lister's dream. Yeah. You've got to have a station called Smeghead. That's just got to be done. What was the name of the robot guy again? He was good. They're dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. Polly, that was that. That was good. Yeah, classic show, indeed. Classic theme as well. Aye.
Orbital flight engaged.
Right, yeah. Oh, you use that in the game? I'd crash a lot listening to it.
Request approved. Assigned to landing pad 1.
Oh, you're making me feel bad now.
Docking assist enabled. Approach is clear.
I take it that's one of the what do they call them? Speech things in the game. I think if I was going to get one, it'd be a lieutenant and a hooter one. That would be good.
Landing gear deployed.
Or maybe the T-Siders and Space one would be better. There's a hooter great ship. Or Ken. The other 2 sizes bigger than ours. Jet phasers to Milky. T-Siders in space.
Landing successful. Engines disengaged.
I'm forever known as Holly, that guy. Talk about being typecast. I don't think Holly was as miserable as the android in Hitchhiker's Guide, though. That was fairly beat up, that one. An android with a limp. Douglas Adams must have been smoking something the day he wrote that, eh? Or titanium. We're nearly there. Come on. We're nearly there.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I don't know if we're really there. I'm just saying that so it seems as bad. So, bio-waste, if you sell bio-waste, what it does is it's a cheap product and it affects the background sim. Yeah, it's selling cheap things. It also gets you merits, I believe.
Landing gear retracted.
So it can scupper a economy. Scupper an economy. That's a good word for that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Don't get any more of that weird atmospheric nonsense. It's orbital stuff again. I'm not sure if all of the power play loops have been opened up now, though. I know they've added bonuses and negative effects depending on what you're doing, to kind of balance out some of the ones that were maybe rewarding a wee bit much. Yeah, the background sims. Aye, a riddle wrapped up in an enigma, indeed. I'm not exactly sure if Power Play 2's made it more transparent as they hoped, but I do think they've made more things affect it more than they did before. You see that when the guys go shooting up the cops to put a system in lockdown. Causes all sorts of hassle for community goals. Oh, don't mention the community goals with a mauve-adder last time we spoke about that.
Odyssey safety limits.
If the fleet carrier runs away from me again. That was weird. I've not been able to replicate it since that time we did it the first time.
I hope you are in good health. Docking request accepted. Maintain an appropriate speed during approach. Request accepted.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, so you end up with one that's in a stupid orbit, so I get that, but I'm the only one here, so not unless the orbit is stupid by nature because of the size of the planet. I don't know. I just find it spooky, right, that we were talking about proper orbital mechanics, and then the game crashes, and then we come back and the orbit went tits up. I just find it suspicious.
Successful. Ship has docked. Your ship has docked, Commander.
My ship's docked. I know, I'm on it. Dave mentioned something about... okay. Wait. So, if you look at the game's codex, David. Under the pilot's handbook, right, there's a whole heap of stuff about system colonization and power play. And in here is the activities that can do stuff. So the one you mentioned was selling stuff. Flooding the markets with low value goods in an acquisition can get you merits. And it can do stuff to the... It's only going to work for commodities worth less than 500 credits at markets and systems that your player can acquire. And I don't know if it does it in undermining. Doesn't count in mining. Selling mined resources in systems controlled by powers that you are not pledged to. These goods must be mined, not purchased from a market in the same system you want to undermine. So if you mine stuff and then you sell it at that system, it undermines the system. How that happens, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. If you mine stuff and sell it, surely that's good for the system. That undermines an undermining one. If you sell mined resources in a system, that works for reinforcing, apparently. Reinforcing. If you sell in reinforcing, it favours your faction. If you sell in undermining, it favours your faction. And if you sell mined resources in acquiring systems. These goods must be mined, not purchased. Not purchased from a market in a fortified or stronghold system controlled by your power. Sell mining commodities in a system that your power can acquire. These goods must have been mined, not purchased from a market, in a fortified system or stronghold system controlled by your power, that is in control range of the acquired system, then sold in the acquirable system. Does that make any sense to anybody? What the fuck does that mean? Sell mined commodities in systems that your power can acquire. These goods must be mined. Yes, mine them. Not purchased from a market. Yes, not purchased from a market. In a fortified or controlled system controlled by your power. What are you talking about that? Are you talking about the fact you can't buy them in these systems? Or are you talking about the fact you need to sell them? Sell the mined goods in these systems? That is in control range of the system you acquire. Oh man, I need to. And what the fuck does that mean? Now, my binds have changed. How do I take a screenshot? So there is information in the codec about what you can do, but unfortunately some of it's as clear as that. Where's the keybind button? Screenshot. Controls. General controls. General controls. General controls. Yes, Miss Moneypenny. We got general controls here. It yeeted you out into space. That's pretty cool, isn't it? There's a lot of space yeetage goes on. Door camera. No. Camera suite. Toggle HUD. The screenshot thing. I know the high definition screenshot was. Oh, options. General controls. Yeah, it's got to be in here, isn't it? Miscellaneous. Where's some? Oh, hang on. There's a drop down here. Oh, keyboard and mouse blank custom. That is the screenshot picture. Huh. Let's cancel that. Get out. I don't want any of the changes. Can I take a screenshot? I need to put my wee screenshot software back in. That makes no sense to me, that statement about acquiring systems. I guess you just have to go mine stuff and try and sell it somewhere and see where you get merits for it. Because that description's about as clear as mud, really. Ah, right. So we need, ooh, we might be quite close. 700, yeah, I'll just get another load and then I think I've miscounted my, steel. I think I'm a wee bit short in the steel. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Oh, what do we have any insulating membranes? I don't think we do. I think I used them all. Because I was one short and I used it up. So I'm going to need to go get some insulating membranes. Not enough liquid oxygen. My wee notes. Yep, got enough of that. So, yeah. Insulating membranes and steel, I think, will be short after we get this. We'll get that at a base because I know where I can get some of that.
Move clear of the landing pad.
Yeah. I never get yeeted. At least I don't think I get yeeted this. Or did I get yeeted? This bloody carrier went miles away from me anyway. It was weird. Weirdness. Never been anything weird happened in Elite Dangerous since the creation of the game though, eh?
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning. Engagement drive operating beyond safety limits.
Shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Why is it saying that to me? Usually say that when you're in school. Oh, honestly, I'm tripping out since I've had to rebind my keys. It just feels different. I can't explain it.
Flight engaged.
You know how when you've had a good pair of shoes, right? You go to work with your same working boots for years. And then something happens and you need to get a new pair. They don't feel right for ages. This is what I feel like now. The new binds just don't feel right now. That coffee's excellent. I'm glad the game crashed me so I could go get coffee. That was a good intermission. That was it giving me a hint to get a break. See, it can't even say 11. The purple burglar alarm. 11. These are words that trip Scottish people up.
Landing gear deployed.
Contact. Thrusters offline. Deploying ground services.
Right. So I think this will be our last dose of titanium. I think we'll be fine after this.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Oh.
Ship released. Clear to leave controlled airspace.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Ooh, we're getting a bridge in the Panther Clipper. It's not going to have a cockpit. It's having a bridge. Might be one ship we actually walk onto properly. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Odyssey safety limits.
I've always thought about maybe doing some more stuff background simmy. See what kind of nonsense you can pull off in the different systems you can kind of hang around. Don't know how much an effort it would be though. Probably be quite a lot for a single player to do. I went out my way to try and make my system a pirate, a haven for pirates and ne'er-do-wells. And the first system we get rid of is an anarchist one. Oh, well, so much for planning, eh? Come up and that offer fast.
Welcome, Commander. This carrier is currently accepting docking requests. Docking
That's
request
awful good because it's my carrier, so I'm dead glad it's going to let me dock.
request accepted.
Right, let's take a note of what we've got here.
Landing gear deployed.
Steel, aluminium, titanium, liquid oxygen and insulating membranes. So we don't have any insulating membranes on the carrier. Not that I've seen.
Docking complete. Engines shutting down. Hello, Commander. How may we assist you?
You may assist me by taking this cargo and sticking it in the boot. Thank you very much. 3168, it just doesn't sound enough. Steel. 3632, now that does sound enough. 3632. Liquid oxygen and aluminium. Liquid oxygen 1229. I'm definitely sure we've got enough of that. And aluminium 1064. I'm definitely sure we've got enough of that. But we don't have any insulated membranes, so we have to get them anyway, which means I need to go to one of the bigger stations. Because it's the only thing I've no managed to get manufactured in any of my systems. So we're going to go here to finish off these two bases. 108 aluminium. 1484 steel and 1574 titanium. And we're going to go to this one, 900 aluminium. So we need 1008 aluminium, and we've got 1064, so we're good. We need 3,484. So we're short of steel. And we need 1574 and 1700. 2574. 3. Two something. So we're good for titanium. And we've got enough liquid oxygen. So we need to get membranes, and we need to get 300 steel-ish. So I've been going to a situation that's quite local. Let me try and remember where it is. Over here. Going to this base. Yeah. And it'll export me exports them. Let's go. And I can get steel there as well. Oh, and it's right in front of us. Like good chap. Oh, it's just right by the planet. Look, we're going to bounce our head off the planet when we warp here. Sorry, when we frame shift here.
Frameshift drive charging.
You have departed the no-fire zone. Good luck, Commander.
Oh, I'm not paying attention. Meow. So I don't think we need a lot of insulating membranes, but we'll get a wee top up, right? Because they're always handy to have for elsewhere. As you know. I need at least 300 steel. And I think most systems now out in space, they're actually getting the metals in that kind of commodity. It's maybe things like insulating membranes or shorty. That sun's bright. How bright that is. Let's see if this space station yeets me as well. Huh. Oh, it's a bright sun.
Good Maya Charlie, Oscar Sierra. This is an independent star system, Commander. Request docking permission prior to touching down. Landing permitted. Adjust heading for approach to pad 02. Automated docking approved. You may now hand over control.
Landing gear deployed.
Contact. Docking restraints engaged. Welcome, Commander.
Now, I reckon it was 120 we needed, so let's get 100, 300. Right, and I know we need 300 steel. Ish. So let's get 320 ish. We don't really need anything else for anything else, but these are kind of good for the speed. Let's put them in.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I think that should give us everything we need for building these two ports. Ah, don't stream and open, mate. It's just asking for gankers to come shoot you, so no, don't stream and open. No, unless I'm there's an event happening, or maybe I did some of the Fargoid stuff in open, but not as a rule. Especially no after I had to reinstall my computer and try and learn my rebinds again. that would be funny. And welcome to the stream. So I really need to do that answer again, Dan. If you're not a ganker, then no, I don't stream in open when I'm streaming. If you are a ganker, yeah, I'm in open. Come and find me.
Access to docking bay facilities requires flight control authorization. Please submit a request before entering the docking.
Hey, bother. I think there's some things that should be open-only content, right? So I think anything kind of combat related to do with power play would be open-only. I think that would be way more fun. But the delivery stuff and all that, I don't think that should matter. Especially as the merits don't seem to be. I don't know if they get lost. I know they used to get lost in Power Play 1. Oh yeah, that will happen. Especially when it's a CG, because they'll hang about there hoping to catch people.
Until next time, Commander.
You don't have, if you're in a transport ship or a hauler and you come up against a PvP ship, you don't have the defences you need to be lucky to get away from it. Especially if you're in a big hauler like this. They would rinse this cutter of mine, they would rinse pretty quick. So no, I don't blame them for doing it. It's all part of the game, but I don't invite the opportunity, if you know what I mean. A baby seal. It was like that time I went seal clubbing. John Locke, sadly missed. Yeah, they're made that way though. The kind of PvP ships, they're all about upfront burst damage and take somebody out before they realise they're in any danger. That's the ticket. But it's a different type of gameplay, you know. I think there should be a. If you do power play and open, there should be a bonus to that. Because I think it would engage in more faction conflicts when the conflict zones are up. It might happen when squadrons happen. People will be able to plan events and we're going to go and defend a system, or be interesting to see what the Vanguard brings about when it gets here. So if they're going to be talking about the Panzer Clipper, the next frontier unlocked, right? That's the 26th of June. Does that mean we're going to get to see it maybe early July? Because that's kind of halfway through summer. Is that maybe... Aww. We've got another disconnection. What's happening? Come on, Elite. What you up to? That's two disconnections in the one stream. You know what this means, guys? It's the game's forcing me to go for coffee again, so far be it for me to ignore the game. So let's go get some coffee. I will be back shortly. So I find myself giggling away here. The game's had to restart the game, so give me a minute. It's coming back. But so Andy's quote there. I know, my bad. If you hadn't been quick enough, the whole Elite Dangerous narrative could have been different. My bad. So yeah, I think it's fair to say the 3 is watched Drew Wager. Got stream. He did a stream on Wednesday. Sometimes he does them Thursday. I'm not sure. No, he does them Wednesday, didn't he? The before. He does them at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday after the Frontier thing when it's on, and the day before the Galnet stuff, which is a real shame because he did some really good breakdowns of that Galnet stuff. Even to the point of the diction. By the way, I'm not getting logged in the game here, so not liking it up it. The game failed to communicate with the authentication server. Blah. Even to the point of the Oxford comma, yeah. Okay, let's try and restart Steam. That's usually the next thing, isn't it? Oh. The authentication server. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds bad. Well, server was down earlier. Maybe. I don't know if there's anything mentioned in on the forums. Oh, definitely sum it up with this authentication servers. Ah, such fun. They might be deciding the stream's over here, guys. They might be deciding. Let's see if we can get back in. Before we give up.